about how good Putin was.
No, he believes in
also
diplomacy. For example, do you believe
That's
that
not
FDR was right in partnering with Joseph Stalin to defeat Hitler?
Yes.
Okay, so at times you have to partner with really bad people for a broader goal. That is called...
But Ukraine is not the enemy.
Well, we're not saying that Ukraine. You know who is the enemy? China is the enemy.
And Russia.
Well, Russia's not the enemy, exactly. How many of your friends have died because of Russians?
How many of your friends died because of Ukraine?
A lot of your friends have died here because of the cartels. And we don't call them an enemy. And they are an enemy within. So when Donald Trump is talking about the enemy within, he's talking about the cartels that are here, that are poisoning our streets with drugs, that are bringing illegal guns into the country. That is the enemy within. Yet we say Russia is an enemy. Russia has never attacked the United States of America.
There is proof that Russia has been funding far-right groups in America. Russia is also very tied to a lot of prominent right-leaning figures. There's a lot of Russian money funding and right-wing.
In order to play that out, first of all, you're talking about like a couple right-wing podcasters that received Russian cash.
Not a couple.
Just so we're clear, Hillary Clinton received money from the mayor of Moscow's wife, so did Hunter Biden. They give money all across the political spectrum. But I just want to be very clear, because I think it's important. Can you show me one new ground war that started under Donald Trump for his 4 years?
There was no new wars under Joe Biden either that he started.
Well, Ukraine, Russia, and the Hamas-Israel war started under Joe Biden's watch. Do you believe it's the job? Do you believe it's the job of the United States Commander-in-Chief to lead by securing peace and reducing risk for the United States? Do you believe that? I think you probably do.
Of course.
And do you believe that you should judge a president based on their results or based on their words?
Both.
Okay. So I judge based on results. And on the basis of those results, we had no new wars under Donald Trump. We have at least 2 major new wars under Biden. And for my part, I don't care whether Donald Trump calls some other world leader a friend or not. What I care about is whether he's advancing American interests.
Trump
That's
also
what wins in the
talks
end.
about putting more funding into Israel to further the genocide of the Palestinians.
Yeah, we've already
So how
discussed
is that-
that earlier, but I'm guessing you're voting for Kamala Harris. I'm just kind of guessing. Am I right?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. I'm not a Kamala stan.
Okay, fair. Why is that?
It's complicated, but
No, go ahead. This is interesting.
well, no, it's complicated. I'm more anti-Trump than I am pro Kamala Harris. But that's besides.
What do you think is important for the country?
I think. Well,
Pick your top 2 issues. What are the top 2 issues for the country?
the top 2 issues for the country is
What do you want to see happen in the next 4 years?
getting rid of disinformation and also securing more hope in our system.
So disinformation is protected by the First Amendment. You would agree?
Yes. Disinformation when it comes to news outlets is what I'm mainly talking
So
about.
you and I both agree we should pull CNN's broadcasting license.
More like Fox News.
So that's the point, is that all of a sudden, CNN has a right to be able to do what they do.
Well,
has a right.
Fox News is actually currently, I think about a year ago, was going through a defamatory
Do you think that
court case.
do you think that it should be legal to have different opinions? Of course you do. So where do you
Legal?
legal?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm mainly talking about news corporates or like news outlets, and also big media figures who can spin sort of disinformation, and that can swing the election. For example, like Elon Musk targeting people on his platform that are liberal and targeting or like pushing out.
Why should that be illegal?
Because he's trying to sway the election.
So he's a citizen. Should Taylor Swift not be able to speak out? She's swaying the election.
Well, no.
How is Taylor Swift and Elon Musk different? She's far more popular than Elon Musk.
Because Elon Musk on his platform is prohibiting information about Kamala Harris.
No, he's not.
Yes,
Let me just say one thing. We're all against disinformation here, but let me just ask you 2 pieces of disinformation that we know are disinformation. Where did the pandemic begin?
In China.
In a lab?
No.
You don't think it began in a lab in China, because that's not widely accepted that that's where it began. Yet if you said that in 2020, and I don't blame you, I blame the fact that we created disinformation in this country.
Yeah, you're a victim of disinformation.
Because it was created in a lab?
It was created in a lab in
Not
Wuhan.
in a bat cave.
And I don't even blame you. I don't even blame you because the government stopped you from being able to know that. So right now we're having a conversation where you believe that the pandemic did not begin, that COVID-19 did not begin in a lab in China, because guess what? That's exactly what our government required you to believe. If anybody said it did, they required it to be censored.
What evidence do you have that it was created in a lab?
You have you now actually have the genetics of the virus to be able to go back to actually the lab that was manipulating a non-human virus. So it was never a naturally occurring virus. The only way that they now know based on the genes.
SARS is not